me courage, give me courage. Give me courage, give me courage, my face and mouth. Give me courage, give me courage, give me courage, give me courage, give me courage so I can spread it over my face and mouth. Give me courage, give me courage, give me courage so I can spread it over my face and mouth. Give me courage, give me courage, give me courage so I can spread it over my face and mouth. Give me courage, give me courage, give me courage so I can spread it.
That's it.
Give me courage, give me courage. Courage. That's what we all need, courage. We need courage. 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 Courage.
Nice. it's just me here. I might as well be a ghost. So don't be alarmed. Be very safe. I'll put this aside for the first time. Hello, I'm Cassandra Harner. You can call me Cassie. And no, there's nothing amiss with my eyebrows. I'm so excited to be sharing some content with you with Spaces, to be your host today with many different forms of me wearing different wigs and outfits. But there is at no point any of those representations of me representing any of my opinions or Space's opinions. So I may contain multitudes and I may have many opinions, but none of those are represented here in any way. No blame for Spaces. You can't blame Spaces no matter what wig I'm wearing. Understood? Okay. I'm going to let you in on a little showbiz secret. My teleprompter is extremely fast, and I would love to cater to the real-life experience that I have when I struggle to make eye contact with real people by looking just to the side in an unnerving sort of way where you know that I am and am not engaging directly with you. So we're going to go back and make sure I covered my bases so that you don't sue anyone or leave any hate mail, because they didn't know when they hired me that there's thrice the risk of me embarrassing them live on television today. So again, right now, my name is Cassandra Harner. Feel free to call me Cassie. And as you can see today, we're making art. So thank you for joining us at the Spaces benefit. When do we whisper? And when do we shout? And if you want to know the answer to that question, it's right now. We should probably choose one. I choose shout. Yay! We're gonna shout all alone in my room, COVID style, just like I do late at night. Woo! Ah! Okay, great. Did we get that out of our system? It feels good. So I set the mood today with an easel and a half. Whoops. That's right. We're getting used to the monitors. And I'm going to have a seat. Let's see, I'm very low to the ground. We'll be able to see this drawing we're going to do today in just a second. But I'm going to have a seat and, since I'm your host, just take the liberty to spend a little more time talking about myself. But if I'm going to be reading my bio to you directly from the screen, it will be in the third person, but that's okay. I'm already used to thinking of myself in this way anyway. So she, me, performs as an alter ego in music, drag, and comedy. She's a draglesque performance artist named Dusty Bucket and a self-absorbed piece of artwork, KT Critiques, and you'll be seeing them just in different hours of our programming today from morning, noon, and night, so stay tuned. But I'm also, as myself, an illustrator, third person, okay. She is an illustrator and instructor of comics and pastel portraits. She spearheads a project called Drag News Ohio to uplift local performers in the LGBTQ community. Did I really stutter on my own acronym? Please follow at Drag News Ohio on Instagram to find the next drag or burlesque show happening near you. And that's at Drag News Ohio or dragnewsohio.com. If you can put a little ding, I would love that. Just in post, no? Okay. She's eager to do your emotional labor for some reason, and she's queer and kind of swears too much. So if any of that slips out tonight, apologies in advance, or you're welcome for the honesty. Now I'm gonna wait and see what my next words are. Do you like this painting? We've got happy trees. You know what's going on. You know what's up. But we're doing what I call pastel portraits today, but in the pastiche of my entire artistic practice. Really nothing is fulfilling to me as when my work makes people laugh. Art shouldn't be always gravely nodded at from a safe distance in a gallery with white walls, although everything should be from a safe distance of 6 feet away nowadays. So, but it shouldn't mean that everything is serious all of the time. Being serious isn't the only way to make thoughtful and provocative work, and I'm waiting to see what is next. Even when my work is about body positivity, queer identity, pop culture, and capitalism and other evils. Or maybe I just haven't suffered enough as an artist, or at least not enough to the extent that society expects me to. So I'll be making up for it today in gimmicks, wig reveals, and never wearing a bra. Since I have to wait to see what's next, I will tell you a story very shortly that long ago, in a year that I cannot remember because that's just not my thing, a cat peed in my bra drawer and I just never looked back. I never had to buy one ever again. And I just suggest that for all of you out there. No one needs them. So, you know, we've got gimmicks, we've got wig reveals, we've got jokes that fly so high they may never have a chance to land. And it's just a pleasure to be here with you today in my multitudes and multifacets and this lovely pair of sequin pants. So now you know a little bit more about me, and you can get more or less comfortable joining me in our exuberant shouts and urgent whispers. So we at Spaces are all so excited to share what we have in store from you from morning, noon, and night. So far you've gotten to meet our lovely Spaces staff. We had Kristen and we had Tiziana, and they will be holding it down for us all day from in front of the camera and behind the camera. They're over there just sweating already. I did forget deodorant for myself as well. So we're doing our very best and we appreciate all of the hard work that they are doing on our behalf. So you've just watched Truly by the multi-talented and all-powerful Omololu Rafilwe Babatunde, who is an educator, an African surrealist documentarian, a digital griot, and a Black Ecstatics performance artist. And you've also seen Making Juju by the legendary and esteemed Holly Bass. She is a multidisciplinary performance and visual artist, writer, and director. I wish I had a glass of water so that I could buy me some time. I think what that means is that I still am talking too fast. I think we'll realize by the time I'm done that I have been hyperventilating this whole time. We'll continue catapulting at you, captivating video, live performance, music, and more, all the way up until 10 p.m. And it doesn't stop there. As they say in sports, I would assume because I do not know for sure, here's the play-by-play. Let's wait and see where the play-by-play comes in. Do I have water? Do I have some? I would love some.
There's water coming your way.
This water, see, they are just, there's so many people here today to help me remember to breathe. So we love that. We love to see it. We are in the 1 o'clock hour right now. So since, you know, we forget how time works, me and you both, the 2 o'clock hour is next, and we will have Bridget Moser, Uno Lady, Chloe Bass, and our first phone poem segment that we open it up to you. So remember to call Spaces to hear a poem whispered or shouted directly to your ears. Isn't that fantastic? I bet you don't have a poet at home, and if you do, well, I hope that's nice. At the 3 o'clock hour, you'll see short films by Jacob Kessler and Lorena Cruz Santiago, and more from the archives with Mimi Kato, another opportunity to call in a poem after that. And then you'll find out what's coming up in 2021 with the Spaces programming. That's right, time did not stop, and we will make it through this year. Isn't that great? Did we really know for sure? It's good to know for sure. There is, in fact, 2021 coming up. So before all of that, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We have the 4 o'clock hour. So we will have more short films and video art with William Pope L., Marissa Williamson, and even my very own KT Critiques. And then we'll have a studio visit with Sarah Rose Sharp. I'm going to reflect. I'm going to take a moment to reflect. Absolutely. Look at this reflection juice. It's reflective. Remember to hydrate. Remember to hydrate. At the 5 o'clock hour, we honor Joanne Cohen, one of the most well-respected art collectors and curators in the region. She's previously served on Spaces Board and was the executive director and curator of the art program at Cleveland Clinic. So she should be the reason that you don't get as lost when you go to your doctor's visit. Isn't that nice? I know that I remember that. I passed the tree, the moving tree, and then I turned left. How convenient. So I very much appreciate Joanne Cohen. But at the 6 o'clock hour, we are revisited by your favorites, Uno Lady, Jacob Kessler, and Holly Bass from previous hours that I've already forgotten which ones. But they're bringing you more vibes, cows, and liberation. I love all three of those things, don't you? So at the 7 o'clock hour, we honor the life of Stephen Bivens and his devotion to the arts. And we will also be celebrating the Urgent Art Fund and the Satellite Fund recipients of 2020. Isn't it fantastic? There's still money to give to the arts. Which is why we're all here, I suppose. It's fantastic. We are moving to the 8 o'clock hour, and we will see the exclusive Morning of Black Star secret tapes. Ooh, secret tapes, very exclusive. And then we'll have pole dancing, drag, and other nonsense from my very own Dusty Bucket. Be prepared, and I'm sorry. Bailey Sieska's Old Put will be serving us a 2020 mood after that. And Uno Lady will wrap us up with a palate cleanser and send us straight into the telethon and raffle at 10 p.m. all the way until midnight. And there you have it. So let's regroup. What time is it? It's in the 1 o'clock hour. So since time is truly a meaningless construct and has lately become malleable at best, I feel confident that I have reminded you where we stand right now. So you're spending at least another half an hour with me. So I thought we would share one of my many talents that I have listed before in a grandiose and alternating self-deprecating way. So this skill, as all of my skills, are overall unmarketable in our corporate-led capitalist society. Let's draw some portraits. Absolutely fantastic, just terrific. We're going to be drawing one of a few choices that I have picked out beforehand, and we have opened up to vote. We know all about voting, don't we? So we're just, if you would like to join me, you can follow along. If you get out your chalk pastels or just a simple piece of paper and pen, you can maybe learn along with me how to draw the face. So to remind you, our choices tonight of who we are drawing, I said the word tonight, did I? You know how it's malleable. I would say it's the afternoon. We have to choose from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we have Oprah, we have Stormy Daniels, we have Mr. Rogers, we have Marina Abramovich. Let's see our choices behind us. Perfect. Woo! RGB. How does she look? How does she look? We have Mr. Rogers. We walked through the door just like him today. We're wearing a sweater. Is he holding a shoe or a telephone? Absolutely. Well, it's not that we have any sort of, we're not strangers to a slow voting process. So let's see. We have Marina Abramovich, we have Oprah, and we have Stormy Daniels. I cannot orient myself whatsoever. I am gay, so orientation, you know, it's a little difficult for me. So we have these choices to choose from, or who we're going to draw for the next half hour. Do we have any results yet? I have no idea how to procure those or communicate with you, the viewer. I'm just going to stare directly into the barrel of this camera. Do we want to pause the teleprompter? Because I will be doing an activity. Who we got? We have a winner! Oh! It's like the strippers were counting the ballots. How was it? Too early? Too early in the afternoon? Okay. Who do we have a winner? Stormy Daniels! Oh my goodness, I am so pleased. Truly an American hero. We will pull her photo up on my phone so I can look at her close up as we need to. Ooh. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me, everyone. We are pulling up Stormy oh, you know what? I'm on airplane mode. So allow me to Nevada my way through this. All right. Here we go. Wait. Oh. Nope. Is that it? Please hold. Has anyone used chalk pastels before? They're very messy. Ooh, here we go. It's from myself. Chalk pastels are very messy. I'm going to wear a towel so I don't mess up my extremely fabulous pants. We've got broken links. I've got... Is it the Jimmy Kimmel? Oh dear.
Yes.
Okay, I might have to do it again. I've got broken links. SOS. Okay, we're gonna get there. See, we're done waiting on the thing that we were all waiting on, right? So now we get to wait for something less dire. I would like to see it. If I get too distracted, I'm gonna just end up reading my email. Oh, I sold some masks. Okay, here it comes. Someone visited my Etsy store. Okay, great. Here we go. Stormy's on her way. Stormy's on her way. Ah! Fantastic. Okay, here she comes. I'm not making a joke. I'm just saying. Here she comes. You can relax. Okay. Duolingo is just on my ass right now. Okay, we've got a loading screen. We've got... Yeah, success! Isn't she great? So I can see her here. You can see her here. We are busting out this chalk pastel kit. It's dirty. All my chalks look the same. It's going to take a second. But if you've never drawn a face before, I would like to go through it with you. Probably pretty slowly because I got a lot of time to fill. So we've got this. The first part is not going to help you because I don't even know what this chalk is called. I think it's lecturer's chalk and I don't know where to find it. So you're already behind on where I'm at, but that's okay. Any chalk will do. Store-bought is fine. So all I do on this messy piece of paper is I'm going to just like get this oval out to see how much space I want to fill. Boom. A general idea. We've got hair, gorge. I'm going to make sure the middle of her face is marked because as we have found, the middle is where the eyes go. We've got to line up her nose with the axis, the vertical axis. Teeth are always really difficult, so that'll be interesting. We're going to kind of make sure her jaw is in the right shape. So I'm going to go from light to dark. So I'm going to kind of put, don't go to sleep, phone. We're going to put some shadows in the corners of the where my only parts of the eyebrows that I have left, that's where you put the shadows. So we've got cheekbones. I'm going to put like a little shadow underneath the nose. I'm going to put a little shadow under the chin. I'm just going over kind of what I just did, but I know where these are where the shadows are going to go. Some hair, an ear eventually. I'm cheating a little bit because I already know proportions of the face, but we can talk about it. And then actually, it's going to look like I've just made a horrible mistake and just gone over everything, but that's really just laying the base of her skin tone down so that we can continue to layer. It's all about layers. Okay. I'm also going to be irresponsible and do it the Cedar Point way. This is where I learned how to use chalk pastels and draw a face in like 15 minutes. Not that one. We're gonna get one that's sharp. Yeah? Okay, great. Don't be alarmed. I'm pulling out a knife, okay? It's okay. I've used a knife before. Don't be afraid. I'm gonna make a whole mess. It's not gonna be sharp. It's gonna be basically a square because it's gonna break if I get too confident. Isn't that just relatable? Icarus is gonna fall from the sun. Okay, that's as good as we got. So I have a nice brown Conte, sepia locked out here. Zoom in here. So I start with the corner of the eyes. My strategy is here to jump from the smallest possible distances from landmarks. So I like going from the eyes because if we lay down an eyeball, we can see that the eyebrow is going to be right about that far away, and it's not going to come out that much wider than her eye. So we've got kind of that placed there. Overall shape, she's got like a nice sort of smize, and not much of an upper lid because we've got some deep eyeliner. Gorgeous. And I'm just going to outline where her iris goes. So there's going to be some shadow here that I will mark. Now let's jump to what the next landmark is over here. So it's about pretty symmetrical because, as we know, symmetry is beauty. Okay, beauty is meaningless. We've got the bottom lid, a little smizey smize. Don't go too much or else it's going to look like wrinkles. Should be mad. So we've got to get, just a subtle shadow under there that's just, even babies have eye bags. It's okay. So we've got this eyebrow, whoop, kind of coming up, just real excited like that. Okay, so next landmark I see is the edge of this hair. So I'm just going to mark that, but I'm not going to go around it too much. I'm going to get to the edge of the face later. But I want us to check out this nose. So I see this distance at the edge of the nose. And the edge of the nose is usually going to meet where the corners of the eyes are. And so I'm seeing that dropping down. There's like the bottom of the nose. She's got a nice little shape, little pointy point. Get those nostrils dark. I want to see here. And again, we don't want wrinkles, so we're just marking this. And then we're going to use this nice, this stroke later. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, so we're going to be covering everything up and doing it again. So, next I see, I'm going to move down to this little shadow, and then find the top lip. And, I was doing this with the mask on, and there's a lot of, blowing away the dust. And you can't do that with the mask on. But it does mean the mask is working. So, if you ever use a tablet, and then you just, blow on the tablet here. So, we were going to see the edges of the mouth, and since she's smiling, they're going to be probably maybe a little wider, but they usually add up to, you can draw a line right up to the pupils, which we haven't put in yet, but I can put in, so she looks a little less haunted. And I always add a little shadow on the top of the eye, because the eyelid is going to cast a shadow a little bit, so it's not as surprised as just having a pupil right in the middle of everything. So this line is going to follow down. I'm going to drop that down and see the edge of her mouth here. Then we can connect this together. So I'm going to find that here as well. just a little dot, and again, no wrinkles. We're going to use our little smudgy to make it real subtle. Okay, so then the top lip is going to be darker than the bottom lip. I'm just going to really lightly shade that in. And I'm going to go to the bottom of the teeth here, and the teeth wrap around so the mouth will extend past the teeth a little bit. So don't just go teeth all the way out, because that's when you get monstrous. So we're taking the mouth down a little bit. I'm going to connect the shape of this teeth here. Just little jaggedy strokes here a little bit. I'm not going to also draw lines up into the teeth, because that is also monstrous. It will just look a little silly. We have methods. We have ways to make it look real. So I'm finding the negative space here with the black. Sepia pencil. Seeing how much teeth are showing down here. We're going to do a little bit on the bottom lip. And great. So now we have made it to the chin. Guessing. Again, this is not like necessarily a proper way of drawing. There's not really a proper way of drawing. It's the drawing style that works best for you. This is the fastest way for me because I've been doing it for many years. But if you are new and I'm telling you this for the first time and you think that I'm crazy, I probably am. So now we're wrapping around the chin and we see this line here. And so if we get to a point where this chin rises up, it's going to meet where I marked that earlier. Fantastic. Chin is also important because if you do the chin wrong, they could either look 17 or 58. So be careful. Let's find the bottom of the ear. Right here, she's got a nice little earrings, a little lightning bolt. The ear is usually going to hit at the bottom of the nose. You're going to follow that all the way up. And lots of shadow. And you don't get to see too much of the ear, so don't worry, ears are hard. We're going to cover them up with shadow. We're swooping this hair out, swooping this hair out some more. We're curving back around. And the neck comes in just behind the chin here, sending that down so we can follow this little shape around, and we'll have some shoulders. Nice landmark I see, I'm just kind of following around. But I want to get on the other side of the face. So let's look, the side of the face looks like it's about right there. And there are ways to measure, of course. You can literally take the tool and just be like, okay, well, you're supposed to extend your arm, so that, oh, I'm out of frame. You're supposed to extend your arm so that when you're measuring, say I want to measure, from here to here, if you grab that and find another landmark that's like the same as that, that can help you measure. Am I doing that? No, because I'm doing a speed drawing, which is still going to have to somehow last me half an hour. Right. What is the time? Oh, we're doing great. So I also want to see that cheekbone to help me get down here. So that's going to start to curve in. We're going to start to see the ear shadow. Well, we know the bottom of the ear comes at the end of the nose, so we can pull that over here. And that'll depend on, the tilt of the head too. See how my ears are not all the way down to my chin. But so if she's like looking up just a little, you might see those a little differently. But a good landmark. Okay, so we have a nice little shape of the hair here. We're going to bring that up to her part. So we can take that down and meet where that swoop is over here. And since you know that the eyes are in the middle of the head, don't forget that hair adds volume. So we've got, here to here, that's her skull right here. So we have to make a nice thick head of hair on top of that. So they're even lower than you might think. And like little measurements like that can really throw you off sometimes. So I'm just adding some nice curls. She's got real structural curls. Love that. So these shapes are pretty straightforward. And we'll go through some hair techniques in a second. But really, we're laying this all out to add detail later. We're almost there around the rest of the face. Let's get this chin. Let's compare it to the other side. And come around. And so I see like her chin is here, her jaw goes up here. And we're just, we look like we're about right. We're gonna get over here. We're gonna get over here. Finish in the hair. Boom. Curls. Curls. Luxurious. Okay. And these obviously don't have to be exact. Hair is hair. We're going to take that neck up underneath the jaw. This is all going to be very dark. We've got a shoulder. Keep around the shoulders. People put them sometimes a little lower than they are in real life because you see the neck go into the shoulder and then they, act weird with the shoulder. So we're going to make sure we're lining it up. It's about here. And also, if your shoulders are not wide enough, then you, again, also look like a baby. So if you're drawing a baby and your shoulders are too wide, then your baby's now 17. So here's the edge of the shoulder. I'm going to draw this nice neckline to her outfit. Boom. Boom. Okay. Just a suggestion of the below the neck. All right. So then we laid our foundation. Oh, gorgeous. I'm like going out of frame a lot. So now I want to add some color. We're gonna, she's a white woman. So we have, the peachy tones that she's got. We're gonna add some shadows. We're gonna add some blush. It's a lot like putting on makeup. And I only know how to put on drag makeup. I tried to put on regular girl makeup and it ended up, I had to wipe it off. So she might be a little heavy with the blush, but we want drama. We want drama. So I'm using the blush to carve out her cheekbones here and follow up the sides of the nose that lead to the sides of the mouth. So we're, again, not having to draw a line with a pencil, so we can get a nice cheeky shape. And I'm going to kind of use it to shadow in other parts because she's got like a nice warm tone. Just to kind of like add a reddish tone for when we add the shadows over top. And you're going to kind of find shadows in the same-ish places. It's going to be here, it's going to be at the cheekbone. Sometimes there's one under the chin, but she's not really lit in a way that's visible. I'm going to fill in the lip, rougey lip. Oh, you know what? I already fucked up. Oop, I already messed up. This is the teeth. These is the lip. We've got 9 minutes. Oh, let's do it. Okay. We've got the shadows underneath. We're going to add a little bit into the neck. Don't worry. I can do this in 15 minutes. All right. Boom. Boom. Just like a little bit. Darken that up. I think that looks pretty good. We're going to get the edge of the nose in there. Slightly. A little bit of that. We're going to take a highlight. My favorite part. I'm going to dig into the teeth again. You can knock out this that I messed up on. Great. And then I'm going to get into the inner eyes. Underneath the brow. If you don't believe me, you've never done drag. Okay, we've got little highlight here. Okay, what color are her eyes? They look like dark blue. So a tricky thing here with a dark blue is that you can use a gray on a toned paper and it will appear blue. But can I find it? Maybe not. Let's do one of these. And that'll approximate her eyes because we are in a rush. Absolutely. So we want to now bust out our black. And I only really use the black sparingly with the pupil and the eyeliner to really knock that back. Oh yes, okay, we are good. Thank you very much. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to do with the eyes, boom, 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 boom. Little sparkle as the light. Okay, let's like knock out this hair. Boom. I'm going to cover it with the highlight that I use because she's a blonde. And there's some shadows back here. We're just going to knock them in there. And we have a midtone. You got a midtone, highlight, and a shadow. This looks like a midtone. Nice trick is to notch your chalk. If you're using chalk at home, you can notch it on a hard surface and go like this. Woo, 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 woo. That's where the magic happens. Oh, woo, woo. And then we've got these nice little shapes that looks like hair. We love to see it. I'm going to get this dark back here in then hit it again. Boom, 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 boom. It's just like I'm back at Cedar Point. All right, so we've got this shape, shape, shape. Shadow, 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 shadow. And that's pretty blonde. We're going to make sure that we get like a darker dark just to knock it back a little bit in the shadows. And give it volume and depth. All that you learned in school. I won't find a green, so I'm giving her a blue dress. And, I don't know, voila, I guess. How about that? I could keep working on it, but I think we get the picture. We got the picture! Did I overdo it? Did I blow it? Did I go too fast? Oh, you know what? I did shave my pencil into my drinking water, so we are putting that back down. But what do you think? We have Stormy. We have lovely Stormy. We're gonna switch gears now. Thank you for voting, and thank you for voting. We're gonna reintroduce what's next on the agenda. But I will be leaving you, but with in good hands, because next is Bridget Moser's Spaces archive footage. Woo! You lost me, my friend. Okay. So we're watching Bridget Moser's Spaces archive footage from her residency in the spring 2019, which, as we all can agree, was over a decade ago. So, after Bridget, remember to call in with your poems. We're whispering, we're shouting. And after we hang up the phones, we'll see the first of 3 performances by Uno Lady and her latest LP, Osmosis. Let's learn more. Self-trained musician and activist Krista Ebert performs as Uno Lady and composes songs with her voice, electronic effect pedals, and unconventional instruments. Her music includes dreamlike layers, looping ethereal tones, instruments and beats, knit together into one lush soundscape. There is some decisions being made around me that I cannot help with. Uno Lady. Her unique talent has been acknowledged with various awards, including Chateau Oquevo, Artist in Residence, Creative Workforce Fellow, Akron Soul Train Fellow, and a Panza Foundation awardee. Osmosis assimilates ideas, sounds, and styles from 60s pop, folk, jazz, and soul. Vocals are the foundation of the soaring collection of 13 songs on the LP. It's a colorful journey through a sonic dream, and Uno Lady is your guide. Did we decide what we needed to decide? Okay. Do you need me to? Okay. So, after soaring, dreaming, and vibing, we'll dive back into the archives with former artist-in-residence Chloe Bass, and then you'll be rejoined by your host. But I won't be returning as Cassandra, so it'll only get more unhinged as we move along.
Unhinged!
Woo! There's a door on the hinge. I'm going to break it right off. So, until then, feel welcome to calmly and passively enjoy. But until later, feel free to be as uncomfortable as feels appropriate or inappropriate.
And if you're at home... It really does feel exciting to see right through my sweater. But like my face is opaque, but my sweater is not. It's like it's a yellow. It's wonderful.
It's very nice. You can see. Let's see if you can see Stormy right through me. No, it's just the green screen. All right, that's fantastic. So we do have 3 more minutes.
Show us Stormy.
Did you bet?
Bring Stormy to
Let's bring Stormy closer. Let's bring Stormy closer. We can always have whiter teeth than the page, but since it's white paper, we've got, you know, she looks blonde. Oh, we can see her peeking through the handle there. That's lovely. Yes.
Oh,
Good
look at that.
We
Somebody
had-
get a screenshot of that.
You know, if you know, you can buy her if you want. You can buy this. I did use a scrap piece of paper that was smudged from a previous drawing that was on top of it. Stormy, where are you going? Where are you going? Put her back. Put her back. Please hold. Please hold. Secured. We've secured the Stormy. We've secured Stormy. Ah. Stormy indeed. We're seeing blue skies today. A high of 69. High of 69 today. Stormy Daniels is your weather girl. I hate this. Okay. She really said not a 69 joke today. That's just too low. Okay. Here's another drawing that I found. Did I even draw this? I guess I did. This is a drawing. This is tone paper. We love to see it. Obviously spent a little more time on it than the 20 minutes. I thought I might be off my game a little bit. It used to be. I like doing things fast. Worked the polls on election day, and I was the fastest check-in slinger in the side of Mississippi. Gets you checked in and out in 45 seconds. Because I was one of the few people that has used an iPad before, so you know how that is. We've got other scrap paper. Let's see, put him away. But yes, I am teaching illustration again at, well, I shouldn't cover her up, should I? Give her some respect. If it'll take me back, who knows after this, but Shaker Arts Council has my illustration classes. You can learn how to draw a face in a real way instead of me trolling you for 20 minutes. So if you're interested, I will teach you. For real, we've got Shaker Arts Council. Or you can just, Zoom me. I teach a lovely little girl how to draw. She's 7. And we play games. It's really cute. You can just play drawing games. Well, I got 20 seconds. I think I'm going to get a new glass of water because I just poisoned mine. So I'm going to get out of here, but I'll be back in an even more annoying form. So get chaotic or get yourself some herbal tea. Thank you.
My name is Bridget Moser, and I'm a video and performance artist, and my exhibition at Spaces is titled You Open That Can, Now Let's Eat the Whole Thing. The exhibition is made up of a series of 2 new videos and a new performance piece, and an installation in the gallery made up of kind of grid walls and plinths and other platforms and curious small objects. I had a really good time during my residency, and yeah, produced all of this work here, wrote all of it, and shot all of it, and performed all of it at Spaces. I've been here for 7 weeks. This is a 7-week-long project. The way that I work usually allows me to kind of work anywhere, but what was great about being here was being able to really kind of visualize where things were going and get an actual kind of real-life sense of what the possibilities were, which I think was extremely helpful and not something I always get to do. My background as an artist, I went to school in a studio arts program, and so, I tried a lot of different things, and it wasn't until my later 20s that I started getting into performance and realized that it was a really good way to make my ideas work and kind of, make my work actually do what I want it to do. I like that there's also a space in the exhibition too that is like a literal platform for this like live part, but that can then be hidden again and become something else while I'm not there. I guess maybe something particular to this performance to me is it feels like it feels very kind of choppy and sharp, and like things change abruptly in a way that is not always like pleasing or comfortable. Maybe more so than some others, it feels a bit awkward in that sort of way, and I like this kind of atmosphere of discomfort, while these things that are like, kind of humor and jokes and pop culture references are coming in too, which are kind of, I feel like, more things that might put an audience at ease. So I hope that there's like some tension between those things. I am really lucky to work with and collaborate with my partner, whom I also live with, who shoots all of my videos and who does sound and does lighting, does kind of everything. And we've come to find a really good way of working together. And so he very generously came to Cleveland to help make this new work as well. So we had planned for a day-long shoot. We spent 15 or 16 hours doing it. We shot it when I had been here for 4 weeks. And so those 4 weeks leading up really went into all of the planning of how it was going to go. And so that facilitated that final edit, I feel like. The first thing that I found was this like yellow back hook massager. But I liked that it looked like confusing. It looks like nothing at all that exists, but has like really specific suggested uses that involve like a body and like trying to make yourself feel better and trying to relax yourself, and then kind of dove into the whole world of other objects that are designed like this that also look really kind of confusing and sculptural. But that kind of determined the basic like color palette, and then from there it was about building out other kinds of similar objects. Normally when I'm sourcing things at home, I go to like a mall or a department store where like I feel very comfortable and at home and kind of know where everything I'm looking for is. But because I was coming here, I wasn't sure what that process would be like. So a lot of things ended up coming from Amazon, which also kind of helped determine some of the feelings that I was contending with, which also is partly what drove kind of the use of the grid wall and the plinths, which are both come from very different worlds. Like the grid wall is from kind of retail spaces and used to sell things and used as like a method of display in kind of commercial arenas. And then I think of the plinths as like also being a similar modular display method that exists in a gallery, and that those things, when they become empty, convey something very different than when they're just used as background supports. But it also was really nice because I do feel like, you know, I work a lot totally alone and just like kind of closed off from the world and have a lot of strange ideas that are sort of like, I don't know if anybody else ever thinks or feels this. And so it is really nice to then see that through and then talk to people who kind of connect with it in some way.